Today's Boozy Brunch is brought to you by rum. We've got rum raisin bread, we've got rum infused French toast with rum, whipped cream, and fresh fruit. Why not with our three best friends? We've got a nice coconut rum, our white rum, and of course our dark rum, which will be integral throughout. So let's get to it.
So for Valentine's Day, why not go above and beyond cooking with your significant other than making the ultimate boozy brunch? So off camera, I'm going to combine 2 to 3 ounces of a light rum with a couple of raisins and set aside for later. Now, to start making the bread, we need yeast. We are going to combine 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast to 1 teaspoon of sugar in a nice warm cup of warm milk. We're going to set it aside until it blooms, and the yeast should activate appearing after about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, after the yeast has bloomed, in the stand mixer, we are going to pour our yeast alongside slowly adding 2 eggs, sugar, and butter that has been softened. Not melted, softened. And we're going to continue to churn that for about a minute before switching the mixer onto low speed and adding 3 to 3.5 cups of flour. And we're going to add a cup of flour one at a time and continue to mix the dough and increase the speed once that's completed. And in addition, we're going to add a couple teaspoons of cinnamon as well. And we're going to continue to mix this dough until it's soft and forms a ball. The dough should not be sticky in any way, but smooth. And if it's still sticky, just add a 1/4 cup of flour at a time. Once the dough is formed, we are going to cover it in plastic wrap and let it rise for about an hour in a warm place. It may take a little bit longer, especially in the winter. I've seen it take in at least 2 hours. While the dough is rising, we can quickly work on our filling. Now, in a separate bowl, we're going to combine about 4 tablespoons of softened butter, not melted, about 1 ounce or 2 of rum, about 2 teaspoons, brown sugar, and cinnamon. And we're going to just whisk it very thoroughly until it's all combined, and we're going to set it aside. After the dough has risen, we are going to cut it into half and form 2 separate balls. With one placed on the side on a floured surface using a rolling pin, we are going to roll out the dough out into a large rectangle, to about as long as you can. If it pulls back, let it rest, and then restart again. Once we have a giant rectangle, we are going to add half the filling to the first piece, as well as half of the raisins that have been soaking in rum for the last couple hours, and we're going to gently press the raisins into the dough. And this is a huge note, and we'll see it later, but please to make sure the filling is not too wet, or it's going to kind of ruin the loaf. It's going to make it more soggy, and it's going to be harder to cook. But once the dough has all the filling, we're going to roll it from the shorter side as tightly as possible, tucking in the ends of the dough inside and placing aside on its seam. And we're going to repeat this with the second. Once both halves are completed, we are going to take both loaves and twist each dough tube. Let's go with that. And once it has registered over 190, it's done. Allow the bread to cool completely on a wire rack. Check the internal temperature of the bread using a thermometer. The internal temp should be above 190 degrees. And let's just pause for a moment to see my reaction after my 5th loaf. Hang on. All right. Moment of truth. Loaf number 5. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Yes, it's good. It's good. It's good. Yes. 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 Let's go. 5th time's the charm. Yeah, that was a good and much needed win. And now we can finally move on to the fun section, making the rum infused French toast. So in a large bowl, we are going to combine 1 cup of milk, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 ounces of dark rum. We are going to whisk the ingredients very, very thoroughly before dunking and drenching our hefty slices of rum, raisin, and cinnamon babka. And just going to drench them, and then we're going to let these cook. And let's take another moment just to hear that on a nice buttered pan. Alright, speed up now. We're good. But before I forget, we have a rum-infused whipped cream. And in your stand mixer or mixer, before making the whipped cream, place the bowl and mixer attachments into the freezer at least 20 minutes prior to making it. In the cold bowl, we are going to combine a cup of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and 2 teaspoons of coconut rum, and 1 ounce of vanilla extract. We're going to whip this on high until stiff peaks form, like any cooking show would ever tell you about whipped cream. Lastly, now for plating, with my French toast, I'm going to add a generous amount of powdered sugar, followed by a rum-infused syrup. Very simple, did this off camera, just warmed up the syrup very gently and added some rum to provide it some more flavor. And then followed by a beautiful helping of whipped cream and some fresh strawberries. And that's it. You have a beautiful rum-infused French toast. Of course, you can replace many of these things, but go to the extra mile for your significant. Why not take a look at my previous attempt and see where I had went wrong? Sometimes it's a good idea to have a backup plan, but I was all in on this. And for my 4th attempt, I'll show the footage. There were so many issues. I will say there were so many issues, from rolling the dough, the filling was too wet, or not letting it rest enough, leaving my loaves soggy bottoms. But hey, we make mistakes, and this is probably one of the funniest things that I've wanted to show off. But anyways, hope you enjoy the bloopers. Embrace the Boozy Brunch for dinner or Valentine's Day. And let me know if you attempt this in the comments below, or leave a like. Lastly, go check out the game day dips for the Super Bowl as well. Since they're on the same week, I thought let's put them out together. You might find something that be great for this weekend. Anyways, see you next Tuesday. YAMAS.